Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about Kevin Durant and Devin Booker choking in Game 6 versus the Nuggets. So, in a crucial Game 6, win or go home, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker came out low energy, lethargic, no urgency, and the Denver Nuggets and Joker put the Suns to bed. And all Chris Paul could do is watch from the sideline while his team gets sent home. But first, let me say this. Hats off to Kevin Durant for not making any excuses. He could have made excuses during the postgame, but instead, he chose to tip his hat off to Denver, and I respect that. No excuses. In Devin Booker's case, he refused to talk to reporters. He didn't do a postgame because he's in his feelings, rightfully so, but guess what? This is what happens when you front run. And Devin Booker is always front running. In the Clippers series with no Paul George, no Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker was, front running, putting on a show, throwing a parade versus a team with no superstars. In Game 3 and 4, he was balling. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is the year Devin Booker is going to finally overcome and show up. Because Game 3 and 4, he was balling. He was carrying the Suns, playing better than Kevin Durant. And when it mattered the most, he did what he always do. He choked. So Devin Booker choked once again when it mattered the most. Last year, Luka blew them out in Game 7. He choked. He was a no-show. This year, in Game 5 and 6, the Nuggets blew them out. So they got blown out in back-to-back games. That is crazy. So once more, Devin Booker is a front runner. He's always front running, but he never delivers when it matters the most. He's a great player. He just don't have that it factor. I mean, the biggest games, the biggest stages, that is when you make your name. And every time when it matters the most, and this is do or die, Devin Booker always chokes. He never seems to overcome. And in Kevin Durant's case, he was in Brooklyn with Kyrie. Prior to being injured, they were about to take the number 1 spot. Then he got injured. Then a few weeks later, Kyrie requested a trade. And Kyrie left Brooklyn. And then Kevin Durant said, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to Phoenix to join Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and Aiden, thinking the grass is greener on the other side. And prior to playing the Nuggets, the Suns have rarely lost with Kevin Durant. So everybody's all hype. This team is going to win the championship. Even I thought they would have made it to the finals, at least the Western Conference Finals. I'm like, this team is Kevin Durant and Devin Booker with Chris Paul and Aiden. This team is going to make it to the finals. We all thought the Suns would have made it to the finals. After the first 2 games versus the Nuggets, I knew Denver was a better team. You could see it. They have no answer for Joker, and Denver is a deeper team. They're just a better team. And I say all this to say Kevin Durant still is unable to win without Steph Curry. It's easy playing with Steph Curry because simple. He draws a lot of attention. His gravity is insane. The amount of spacing he gives Kevin Durant when he's on the floor is crazy. So it's easy to be yourself and, become the finals MVP when you have Steph on the side of you. But ever since Kevin Durant left Golden State, it's sad to say, but he hasn't won anything in about 6 seasons. 6 years of leaving Golden State, Kevin Durant haven't won anything. He's unable to win without Steph Curry. He wasn't able to win prior to joining Steph Curry, and he's still unable to win after leaving Steph Curry, which makes you wonder, But Steph Curry was able to win his 4th ring last season with no Kevin Durant, which says a lot. That says a lot. So Steph could win without Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant can't win without Steph Curry. Think about that for a second. You got to see it, man. The writing is on the wall. Kevin Durant is getting older. He's not the same player. And I've been saying this since last season. Once Boston blew them out 4-0, destroyed him in the postseason. And I said, you know what? You could see it. He's slowing down. He's still a great player, but he's a number 2 option. Kevin Durant is no longer the number 1 option. He can no longer lead a team. Not that he was able to prior to joining Steph, but now it's evident. Kevin Durant can't lead a team. He's a number 2 option. At this stage, he's definitely a number 2 option. Devin Booker has to be the best player on the team. And unfortunately, Devin Booker is a choke artist. He never shows up when it matters the most. When it's do or die, must win, Devin Booker never shows up. And last night was evident. The same way he went out last year is the same way he goes out this season. He gets blown off the court. And he's a no-show. But in game 3 and 4, Devin Booker is looking like a demigod. This guy was looking like, man, he's the best player in the playoff, or one of. And then in game 5 and 6, he regressed to his normal self, and they get blown off the court. So, I mean, like I said, I respect Kevin Durant for saying, we got punched in the mouth. Denver is the better team, So I respect Kevin Durant for saying, they got to be better next season. No excuses. And to me, that's so respectable. Even though he went out bad, he didn't make any excuses. And that's the one thing I respect about Kevin Durant. He never make excuses. No matter the situation. You have to respect a guy that don't make excuses. But the writing is on the wall. He's going to be 35 soon. And he's not the same player. He's a great player. A great number 2. He's just not a number 1. Not at this stage. So Kevin Durant is entering the LeBron phase. He's no longer a number 1 option. And if Devin Booker is your number 1 option, more than likely you're going to lose because he never shows up when it matters. He'll front run against a weak Clipper team that had no superstars, front run in game 3 and 4, but in game 5 and 6, he regressed to his normal self and he's a no-show, as usual. Yes, the age-old Kevin Durant can't win without Steph. I mean, it's true. He hasn't won without Steph yet, and he's unable to. Does that mean he's less of a player? No, he's a great player, but it says a lot, man. Steph was able to win before him and after him. He's still unable to win after Steph. 6 seasons later, and he still can't get to a finals. That is crazy. I've been saying it. Denver is the real deal, man. They're deep. They have Joker, Murray, Porter, and a deep bench. Denver is the real deal. And a lot of fans and Laker fans keep thinking, okay, the Lakers are going to destroy Denver. I'm telling you, Laker fans are delusional. The Lakers are not beating Denver. They're a better team, and they have no answer for Joker. Who's going to guard Joker? And on top of that, AD is soft. So Joker is going to kill AD, I'm telling you. Joker is bigger. His game is very polished. And I don't know how AD is going to stop Joker. I mean, yes, he might be slow, but man, once he's down in the paint, there's no answer for Joker. As you can see, versus the Suns, no one is able to stop Joker. And on top of that, DeAndre Ayton is soft, man. He has the AD syndrome. He is so soft. Like, you got to be a dog. You're 7 foot, a big body, and you have Joker destroy you and punk you in the paint. Like, come on, man. You got to have the will and the it factor and the want to. Like, how do you let this man destroy you as a player? Just off pride. Like, I'm not going to let this man destroy me. Give it your best effort, man. But he has no dog in him, and he's soft. The same thing like AD. They're both soft. Last year was the same situation. Monty Williams had to sit Ayton. This year it's the same situation. Ayton didn't play in Game 6. So every season they got to sit him because he's a no-show. His motor, he just can't seem to get it going, or he doesn't have that drive. Like, I want to be the best. I'm going to accept this challenge of guarding Joker. Nope, I'm going to be soft and let Joker punk me around. At the end of the day, Kevin Durant thought the grass would have been greener on the other side, but it ain't. Can the Suns still win? Of course they can. They got all the pieces in place. They just need some defenders, and they need a big man. a legit big man. He doesn't have to be a scorer. They just need a big man, a big body who plays great or good defense. They need a good defensive big man in the paint. Biyombo tried, and he's a good defender, but he's too small. He's like a baby to Joker. He's too small. So once the Suns get a big man, a legit big man who plays hard defense, could block shots, and control the paint, I think they'll be all right. But they just had no answer for Joker. As simple as that. The Joker was a test they couldn't overcome. They had no answer for Joker. And Kevin Durant shot terribly. Devin Booker shot terribly. Devin Booker scored 12 points in an entire game, in a do-or-die game. Kevin Durant had 23 points, but that was a lot of garbage points. Like the game was already out of hand. It was a lot of garbage points. It had zero impact. At the end of the day, man, Kevin Durant is not the same player. He's not a number one option anymore, no longer. He's a number two. So he's in his number two phase. Devin Booker is a number one that is more like a number two. He can't lead you to a championship. Last year, you had a sample size, and this year it was evident. Devin Booker is just not that guy when it comes to bringing it home, leading his team, getting the win when you need it. He's just not that guy. Cameron Payne was the best player on the floor. Imagine that. If Cameron Payne is the best player on the floor in a must-win game, you're going to lose. It's over. You have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and Cameron Payne is the best player on the floor? That is insane. So Cameron Payne dropped 31 points. The reason why they even had a chance was Cameron Payne, because Kevin Durant was on vacation, Devin Booker was in Cancun, and it was the Cameron Payne show. The Suns got blown off the court, man, back-to-back games, game 5 and 6, and it's sad. I guess they have next year to figure things out. The sad part is it seems like Chris Paul can't get a break, man. No matter where he goes, he can't get a break. It has to suck to be Chris Paul because he can't get a break. I am sure he was thinking, this is my year. I'm going to finally get that championship. And it's another bust. So season after season, Chris Paul can't seem to get over the hump. I don't know if he's cursed. I don't know what it is. And Devin Booker, man, he is just not that dude, man. I'm sorry. Last year, Luka destroyed him, blew him off the court. This year, he got blown off the court in 2 games back-to-back. And he's a no-show. And he scored 12 points in a must-win game. Cameron Payne is carrying the entire team with 31 points. Houston, we have a problem. But we'll see what happens in the offseason, man. This year's playoff is very revealing. This is the Denver's coming out party. The Joker is official. We all know he's a great player, but he has shown you why he's an MVP. Finally. Amidst being blown out, Skip Bayless tried to make excuses for Kevin Durant. So Skip Bayless said he got his rings, he made his money, he doesn't really care that much about winning anymore. We got to stop this. So Skip is always trying to make excuses for Kevin Durant. But if this was LeBron James, it would have been like he choked. And I'm no LeBron fan, but let's call it for what it is. If this was LeBron James, Skip Bayless would have said, you know what, he choked. But because it's Kevin Durant, his darling Kevin Durant, he's going to say he no longer cares about rings. He no longer cares about winning because he got his money. That's bull. Come on, Skip, man. No excuses. Even Kevin Durant is not making excuses. So if the actual player isn't making any excuses, why would you make excuses for him? But this is what Skip does all the time. He makes excuses after excuses for Kevin Durant. He got to protect him and shield him from the scrutiny. There's no need to. It is what it is. He didn't show up when it mattered the most. And it's that simple. He came up small and it's okay. You don't have to make excuses for him. So after back-to-back blowouts, Skip Bayless continues to make excuses for Kevin Durant. Why? Why make excuses for him? We all saw the game and he was terrible. Kevin Durant hasn't been good this entire series. He just hasn't been good. I chalk it up to he's older, he's getting older, and he's slowly declining. You can see it. He's declining. He doesn't impact the game the same, and it's okay. Players get old eventually. You can't beat Father Time, and it's tapping him on the shoulder. And if the Lakers meet Denver, the Lakers will lose in 5, possibly 6. They're not beating Denver. I don't think so. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.